Hello everyone, welcome to iFashi. In today's tutorial, we'll be teaching us how to make these beautiful tweed two-piece sets. It's a very beautiful and classy outfit. Over the week, we made a poll for you guys to choose which of these tutorials we should upload. And majority of these 335 people that commented chose the two-piece set. And today, we'll be starting with the drafting of the upper part of this dress. Here's the pattern paper we're going to be drafting on. I've gone ahead to come in with 2 inches at the beginning of my paper for the button allowance, and I've also ruled out the starting line at the top of my paper. Before we continue with this tutorial, if you have not subscribed to the channel already, please endeavor to hit that subscribe button. Also like and share this video and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we drop our weekly tutorials. Please support us by subscribing to the channel. So the pattern paper I'm drafting on is on fold. As you can see, this is completely optional. It's not compulsory. I want to be able to have the 2 sides of my front when I'm done with this tutorial. That's why I have my pattern paper on fold. So from the shoulder line we marked out, we're going to start taking our measurement downwards. The first measurement I have here is 10 inches, which is my bust point from the shoulder, 13 inches, which is the under bust point, and then 17.5, which is the front waistline. After taking out that front waistline, I'll go down with 8 inches from that waistline, which is going to be the length of the top. You can use whichever length you're comfortable using. So I'm going to take all these measurements again and rule out a straight line on them and label these lines so that we'll know what they are for. Now we have our bust line, the under bust, the front waistline, and the full length line. The next line I'm going to take out is our chest line. You know, usually some people just go up with 2 inches to mark out their chest line. I always say this doesn't work for everybody. So the formula I use is to divide my bust measurement by 6 inches and add 1.5. And that will give me 7.6 since my bust is 37. So I've marked out my 7.6 there and ruled out a line on that point, which is my chest line. The next thing is to go up to the shoulder line and take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I have 8 inches there. I'll also come to this same chest line and take my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'll rule a straight line upwards. Before I go upwards with that straight line, I need to come down with our shoulder slope on the shoulder line, which is coming down with 1 inch from the shoulder slope. After taking out that shoulder slope, I'll go ahead and rule the straight line out. And the next is to take our neck measurement. To get the width of my neck, I'm using 3.3 inches. I always tell us how to get your neck width by dividing your bust circumference by 16 and add 1 inch. So mine gave me 3.3, and that's what I have on my neck width. And after taking that, I'll make a slant from the neck width down to the shoulder slope. Now the next thing is to get our armhole curve, which is gotten by dividing this straight line we have on our armhole point by 2, mark out the midpoint, and take your bust measurements on that chest line, your bust divided by 4. Also, on this midpoint we marked out, I'm going to come in with 0.5 inch so that we'll use that point to make our curve. So I'll use my curve ruler now and connect these 3 points together, the bust measurement on the chest line, the 0.5, and up to the shoulder slope. Now we have our armhole curved out. The next is to take my bust span measurement on all of these lines. Bust span measurement is your nipple to nipple measurement. So I'm imputing 3.75, which is mine, on the bust line, the under bust, the front waistline down to the full length. Before we'll go ahead and take off our under bust tightening. For the under bust tightening, I'm using 1.5 inch to tighten my under bust. That's because I'm bust 37. If you're a plus size, you can go ahead and use 2 inches or 2.5 to tighten your under bust. So I'll divide that by 2 and mark it on the 2 sides of my under bust. And then I'll go down with 6 inches from the waistline. This 6 inches is to extend our dart. Then I'll use my straight ruler to make a connection from the under bust tightening dart down to the end of the dart extension. Now the next thing is to make a curve on this upper part, on the bust point part, right? So I'm going to use my curve ruler to make a curve starting from the bust line down to the under bust point, the part where we tighten the under bust. And when you're doing this, make sure you look at the number on your ruler so that you use the same number on both sides so that your curve will be even. Now we have our under bust dart taken. We're going to be cutting that out. The next thing is to mark our body measurement on all of these lines. Starting with my bust measurement divided by 4, I mark that on my bust line. And then the under bust measurement divided by 4, I'll mark it and remember to impute your darts, replace these darts that we are cutting off. On the waistline as well, I'm imputing my waist measurement divided by 4. I have 7.5 as my waist measurement, and then I'll go ahead and add the dart back. And then on the hip line, you're going to take your hip measurement and add 1 inch. I'm adding 1 inch because this top has a little flare on the side. It's not laying straight on the body. So that's why we're adding 1 inch to extend that hip part. So after taking that, I'll use my ruler to connect all these measurements together from the hip to the waist and from the waist up to the armhole point. And the next thing is to take off our side bust dart. We're taking off our side bust darts because our front waist measurement and back waist measurement is not the same. The difference in mine is 1.5. So I'll come down with 1.5 from my bust line, and then I'll use my ruler to connect it up to meet the bust point. If you notice, it didn't get up to the bust point exactly. It's like 1 inch away from the bust point. So we know that we have that side bust dart that's going to be taken off. Now we'll go back to the upper part of this top, which is the neck. At this point, the depth of your neck depends on how you want it. If you want it very deep, you can just go up with 1 inch from this bust line, or if you want it high, you can maintain the chest line. For me, I'm going up with 1.5 from my bust line, and then on that point, I'll come in with 4.5 inches. This is because the width I want on my chest is 9 inches. That's how wide I want it to be. So I'll use my ruler to mark a straight line on this 4.5. It is this 4.5 that is going to connect it to the neck to mark out the square shape we have on this neck. Now that we have the neck out, the next thing is to tighten this neck opening. You don't want your neck to be gaping. Most dresses with square shaped neck come out gaping. So we're going to take our bust dart measurement on this new neckline and extend the bust dart that is coming from the bust line, right? And then I'll take out 0.5 inch from this neckline. This 0.5 inch is going to be shared on both the left and the right. It's very small dart, but it's also very important if you want your neck to sit firmly on your chest. So I'm using my ruler to mark this dart out. We're going to be cutting it out. With this, our front is almost ready. The side that carries the sleeve is our side front, and this middle line that carries the button allowance is the center front. Now the next thing I'm doing here is to touch up this edge of our top a bit. We don't want to leave the edge this sharp, so I came up with 0.75 and used my ruler to mark out a little curve on that point so that it will not be sharp when we cut it. Now our front is ready. Now the thing I'm going to do here is to use my tracing wheel to trace out this front part that I just drafted to be showing on the other side of my paper. This is completely optional. This is not yours to do. I want to be able to have the two sides of the front out to illustrate something to you at the end of this tutorial. That's why I did this. You can go ahead and draft yours in a single paper. You don't necessarily have to fold your paper. Now we're going to go ahead and draft the back on this new pattern paper. The first thing I'm doing on this back is to mark out my starting line on both the sides and the upper part of my paper. And then from this upper part, I'll come down with my bust point. Remember, we used 10 inches as our bust point for front. We're taking that here, and the next line is straight to the back waist line, which is 16 inches. Front was 17.5. And then remember, from our waist, we went down with 8 inches to get the length of our top. So I'm repeating all of those measurements here. I'll use my ruler now and mark it out and label the lines. Now we have our bust line, our back waist line, and the full length of the back. So the next is to take the chest line. The same way we did for front, I divided my bust by 6 and add 1.5, and that gave me 7.6. So I marked it there and ruled it out and labeled it the chest line. So I'm going to go up to the top line, which is our shoulder line, and take my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'll impute my answer there and come down with 1 inch for my shoulder slope. Now after marking out the shoulder slope, I'll connect a line down to meet my chest line from that shoulder slope, then take my neck measurement and mark out the shoulder line. Remember, we used 3.3 for our neck for front. We are repeating the same thing here. So now the next thing is to mark out the armhole curve. Just like we did for front, we are dividing what we have on this line into two. Mark out the midpoint. And then take your bust measurement on this chest line, your bust measurement divided by 4. Take it on the chest line and on the bust line, and then you mark out your armhole curve starting from the beginning of the shoulder slope down to your bust measurements on the chest line. Now on this neckline, I'm going to come down with 1 inch to get the neck depth for the back. And I'll use my curve ruler to connect this neck depth, starting from the end of the neck width down to my 1 inch that I took at the beginning of the paper. And next is to take our bust span measurements on the bust line, the back waistline, and the dart extension, which is 6 inches downwards from our waist. And I'll connect all this together using my straight ruler before we take our dart on the waistline. Now to tighten my dart for the back, I'm also using 1.5. I'll share it on both sides, 0.75 on the left and 0.75 on the right. And I'll use my straight ruler to connect these lines together, starting from around 1 inch below the bust line down to the dart extension. So now that the dart is out, we are going to take our measurements on this line. My bust measurement on the bust line that we've marked before, the waist measurement on the waistline. Remember, our waist measurement is 7.5. I'll also replace this 1.5 that I took out as the dart. I'll replace it on that waistline. And then I'll go to the hip line and mark out my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 1 inch to extend that end of the top. So I'll use my ruler now to connect all these measurements together from the hip line down to the waistline, then upwards to the armhole point. Remember the curve we did for the edge of the top? I'm also repeating it here. I went up by 0.75 and I made a slant curve to meet up with the hip line. And with that, the back is ready. It is very, very simple. I mentioned it at the beginning of this tutorial that this top is very, very simple. Now you can decide to just hold the darts you have at the back and have one piece of back, or you decide to make it a princess dart by connecting from this bust point to meet the midpoint of your armhole, right? That will give you a princess dart. You now have center back and side back. But I'll leave it as a one piece for now. The next thing I'm doing is to snatch my waist at the back. I'm coming inwards with 0.75. It's not up to 1 inch on the waistline, right? Then I'll use my straight ruler to connect from that waist point upwards to the neck and downwards to the end of my top. I'm going to be cutting that out because I want the back piece to lay very flat at my back. That's why we're taking out that dart. Now for those of us that want to have a two-piece for the back, I'm just going to use my ruler now to mark out the princess dart, just to illustrate to us how to connect the princess dart. Endeavor not to have a sharp edge at the point of connection. Now we have our center back and side back out, and this is the front piece that we marked out earlier. So I'll go ahead now and cut off this back piece first before we cut the front. Watch closely to see how I'm cutting and where I am cutting through. Now I've cut out my back piece. I'll leave it as one piece for now, like I mentioned before. And for this front, I've gone ahead to repeat everything I have on this side on the other side. I told you before I want it like that. Please watch closely and see how I'm cutting this front. First of all, I left out some space on this side bust dart because you need to align it after you close it. That's why I didn't cut exactly on the line on that side. Now I'm going to tear it open to have a side front and center front, which is two-piece, right? So after cutting off all of the darts, I'll use my gum to tape down this, to gum down this side bust dart that I opened. It has to close. And after closing it like this, you'll notice the lines are broken. We're going to use our ruler to connect from the under bust straight up to meet the armhole. After doing that, before you can now cut off the sides completely. This is why I left it out earlier. You need to leave some space there so that you'll be able to align it after closing the darts. Now, after closing the side bust dart, you can see that the side of the front and the side of the back is equal. From the armhole down to the waist and down to the full length, we have them equal. And so we are good to go. Now I'm going to close up my button allowance and introduce the second side of my front. This is the reason I cut my front piece on folds, because I want us to be able to visualize how it's actually going to look on fabric. As you can see on the table, this is the full front, the two sides of the front, both the two center fronts and two side fronts, right? This is how the neck looks. By the time you hold down this dart on the neck, your neck will sit very flat. And this point, this button allowance, is where our button is going to be. Also, if you notice, this top has pockets, right? You can use a force pocket or use an actual welt pocket. We're going to be deciding which we're doing in the sewing tutorial. I have two fabrics here. They are both tweed, but I'm still confused on which of them to use for this tutorial. Kindly let us know in the comment section which of them you think would be fine for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Please remember to subscribe, like and share this video, and I'll see you in the part 2 of this tutorial where we'll be doing the sewing of this beautiful dress.